You might have heard that to deserve the best in life, you must work for it. The thing you want in particular does not matter at all, whether it is a job, a scholarship, an apartment, a car, or a woman. You are not granted anything of that until you earn it. For example, chances are your parents told you that money doesn't grow on trees, right? And when you started working a job and knowing that money is hard to get and manage, you realized your parents were correct. The bottom line is that you learned the lesson and took action to make things happen. But some modern day women, especially after they hit the wall, can't seem to understand that. These women probably understood that money doesn't grow on trees, so they worked way too hard on their careers, but forgot to be likable, agreeable, and approachable. In other words, they got the money, but now they have no man who wants them. And don't think this only applies to crazy Western women who think that men making six-figure salaries are all over the place. Sure, many of these women want the 666 along with charm, kindness, strength, and all that good stuff. However, few leftover women can offer the 3 Fs, aka fit, feminine, and friendly. Note that men are not looking for providers, and honestly, they don't give a about women's money. In today's video, I'll go through some of the insane ideas leftover women come up with, why they're so sad, and especially why they're so desperate to find a Prince Charming. Stick around, because I'm sure you're going to love this one. But before we go deeper, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to Prime Objective once again. He said, "This is why one-night stands are so risky. A woman may consent for the moment, but if years later she has regret for whatever reason, she has the power to accuse you of rape, and lawyers love it because only her word and her emotions are all that are needed as evidence for a potential win." I completely agree. It's a losing scenario for men no matter how you flip it. So, be warned guys. Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 Prime. As usual guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. Now, back to the video. When post-wall women go on social media to complain about how unfair the world is, you might cringe a lot. I mean, some of these chicks are not ugly, honestly, but what they say proves they've got so many red flags that marrying them would be a huge problem. These girls are pretty much trying to find a new man on TikTok, and although social media platforms, especially Instagram, can act as dating apps, they will hardly find the man of their dreams there. Chad is always looking for victims, or rather, hot girls to bang and throw them back on the streets. These women know deep down that this is true, but desperation is hard to manage, so if a guy comes their way and makes them feel special, they might fall for it. When a post-wall woman is all alone with her dollars, bags she doesn't need, and possibly a cat, loneliness creeps in. At that point, she realizes that all she ever wanted was a nice guy. But I'm sorry, lady, it's too late. At least you admit it, but I won't try to save you. Post-wall women think the world is unfair, but in reality, they refer to the dating scene they dominated back then. They thought the party would never end, and they would have a limitless supply of high-value men behind them. Some women still get lots of men in their 30s and beyond, but they need to look very well to pull it off. The majority is indeed struggling with loneliness, and especially the realization that they're not as strong and independent as they claim to be. I won't deny it, solitude is hard, especially after being around many people you had fun with. Once you get back home and realize your life is not that good without your friends, you might just want the next weekend to come as fast as possible. Anyway, women who have already hit the wall have a hard time finding a man who wants them. If she's all alone and has no children at the age of 30 plus, most men won't see her as dating material. In countries like the US, the average age women get married is 28. As Rollo Tomasi says, right before the epiphany phase comes through. Most men don't want to complicate their lives though. either the easy or the hard way, they realize that dating the wrong woman is a huge problem. If you let a woman become the center of your life, you're doomed to lose not only her, but yourself. And listen closely, guys. A leftover woman might say she just wants some company and someone who understands her. In reality, she has been so lonely for so much time that she won't lose the opportunity to gain protagonism in her life. She'll think, finally, a man is giving me the time of day. I'm still attractive. Back in the day, she might have been able to attract lots of guys. That's what usually happens when she's young and naturally beautiful. Well, she might have needed some makeup, but overall, she looked better than she does now. And not only that, she was more agreeable and innocent back then. Now that she's got lots of baggage and potential entitlement, bitterness, and despair, it's hard to please her, let alone to make her follow your lead. Speaking of which, let's talk about how men tend to feel about this. I'm going to be brutally honest with you guys. Life is not fair, and surely all of you agree with me. The burden of performance is heavier on men, but that's nothing but a small fraction of what men have to face in this life and insane world. Unfairness is an undeniable element of life, and the strongest tend to dominate the weaker. That's why top-tier men have access to the majority of women, while average men don't get many girls. However, women after the wall have to suffer a pretty similar situation. Namely, now that they are perceived as having lower value compared to younger women, they experience lots of rejection, just like an average man did because he was still starting his career. This is a pretty accurate realization. Once the wall comes through, women get a huge reality check. They start to feel lots of rejection even from the men who showed them interest. You know, the guy might try to make her feel good, but he just wants to smash her. After experiencing this multiple times, she comes up with, "I just want a nice guy." In some cases, they even ask for simple things such as a cheap dinner but an exciting conversation. However, back in the day, it was all about getting free exclusive meals she wouldn't otherwise have access to. These women still tend to feel like a 10 out of 10 for some time, but once they embrace honesty, which rarely happens, they cry their eyes out and thirst for a man who would hold them and treat them well. Honestly, lady, chances are you had access to one man like that before, but rejected him since he wasn't that exciting. Now she's got emotional baggage, combativeness, and many other negative traits. At least she might be honest though, but her childish attitude, skills in bed, and more won't make her wife material. All in all, these women still think that they deserve the best men out there just because they've got some money in the bank, a shelter, and a car among other bare minimum things every man is by default supposed to have before dating. Let these women enjoy the consequences of their actions, and I beg you don't save them from their demons. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? In your opinion, what other traits make post-wall women no dating material? Will women go back to marrying sooner, or rather they'll embrace their boss lady narratives until they hit the wall? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.